This is ABC 57 News at 5.
He's trying to justify fecal matter and urine being thrown here. Call the police.
You know it was wrong to allow your campers to sit their tent on public property.
Fecal matter and urine dumped by the bucket on a homeless person's tent in South Bend, and now an argument between both sides is coming to a head.
Today, there is only one message that the family has, and that is justice for Marlene.
Arrested and charged. 3 people now facing murder charges for killing a pregnant woman by cutting her baby out of the womb.
You always want to expect a train on any track in any direction.
Railroad crossing concerns experts are calling on drivers to be on the lookout for trains all of the time, no matter if you see one or not. But first, we start with ABC 57 News. Breaking news in Kosciuszko County. A current jail inmate is facing charges for the death of another inmate who was found unresponsive in his cell back in March. But it turns out the suspect has been charged with the same thing before. Here's a look at that suspect, Christopher Susaraba. Kosciuszko County officials say he snuck narcotics into the jail in his body cavity and gave them to inmate Dennis McCrory, who later died. An autopsy showed McCrory died of an acute mix of drug intoxication. Investigators say that mix was meth and heroin. Susaraba has been in trouble for the same thing in the past. He was accused last year in connection to Cody Woody's death at the Dukem Center, an alternative incarceration program in St. Joseph County, and that case has still not played out all the way in court. An initial hearing has not yet been set for these new charges in Kosciuszko County.
We were just trying to find where he was, and so my mom and I are combing like beach by beach, place by place.
A plea for Jacob. Crews out searching for a missing kayaker with his family by their side.
Somebody, and she deserves no bans, no bans, no.
Thousands of protesters across the country taking to the streets to fight against abortion bans passed in several states.
And South Bend police looking for this father on the run who triggered a statewide silver alert involving his 2 young daughters today. Now a story you'll see only on ABC 57 News tonight. The family of the man at the center of a silver alert today across the state of Indiana, speaking exclusively to ABC 57 about what happened.
Our Carla Rodriguez is live on Quince Road in South Bend, where the girls were thankfully left safe this afternoon. Carla.
Brian Brian, that silver alert was issued around 7 a.m. this morning. Fast forward to about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The family I spoke to living in this home behind me say Adam Rushing came to their door, dropped off the girls, then went on their way. Right now, police are still looking for him.
Their father was at our driveway, and we seen Holly knocking on the door and said, "Dad's dropping us off."
That's what the suspect's family, who wants to remain unidentified, says they woke up to this morning. A frantic 31-year-old Adam Rushing at their door.
And said, "I need you to watch the kids. We'll see what kind of brother you are," and then just left his kids here and took off.
After they called 911, authorities came knocking on her door.
About 15 minutes later, the police show up, CPS shows up, and it's all in a haywire.
According to the St. Joseph County Prosecutor's Office, the situation stems from a domestic dispute. Family tells me 1-year-old Eleanor Rushing's mother was taken to the hospital and was treated, then released.
Oh, our first thought when we found out, we were like, we told you not to go back. We begged you not to because we knew something terrible was going to happen. And now both the girls are traumatized.
The suspect's adoptive father tells ABC 57 by phone Adam Rushing has a history of drug addiction and mental health issues that he says have gone untreated.
You know, he's an average guy just trying to do what he thinks best, but, you know, he's got, you know, a few mental problems that people probably not aware of. He does go over the top, unusually over the top when it comes to some things.
Even so, family just tells me they're happy the girls are safe. They tell me both girls have different mothers. 1-year-old Eleanor is currently with DCS awaiting the next step, and 6-year-old Holly will be staying with them.
I'm not going to let this poor little girl keep going through this, so we're going to open our doors and try our best to make sure she has a better lifestyle than what she's been given.
St. Joseph County prosecutors tell me right now they are conducting interviews, but again, Adam Rushing has not been found, and they are still looking for him. They're asking anyone with any information, again, about his whereabouts to contact authorities. Reporting live in South Bend, Carla Rodriguez, ABC 57 News.
Thanks, Carla. And there was also some confusion over why this incident was sent out as a silver alert today and not the traditional amber alert.
Yeah, South Bend police confirmed they requested an amber alert this morning, saying the girls may be in, quote, extreme danger. But Indiana State Police say this case didn't really meet the criteria. Now take a look at your screen here. In order for an amber alert to be declared, the child must be under 18 years old. Both these girls were. Authorities have to believe the person has been abducted or in danger of bodily harm. There must be enough descriptive information to help find them, like a license plate number on a car. And the request has to come from a law enforcement agency, not a family. For a silver alert, descriptive information and a request from law enforcement is also required. The only real difference is the person has to be a missing, endangered adult or child or have a mental impairment of some sort. It appears because the suspect in this case was the father and may potentially have parental rights, there was technically no abduction, so no amber alert.
An event unlike any we've seen in a generation, and I think it's really important that we protect people.
Michigan already declared a state of emergency along with several Indiana cities. Now some residents in Elkhart County are hoping their leaders will follow suit.
We have more ABC 57 First Warning Neighborhood Weather Team coverage for you right now. We have reporters and meteorologists out all across Michiana as the dangerously cold temperatures with wind chills nearing -50 arrive tonight.
And some folks living in Indiana are now asking the question, why wasn't a state of emergency declared for them? In Elkhart County, some believe record-breaking temperatures are more than enough of a reason to warrant the move.
Yeah, but county commissioners who make that decision say a shutdown isn't necessary just yet, in their opinion. ABC 57's Carla Rodriguez talked to some of the Board of Commissioners members today to see how they came to that decision. She's live in downtown Elkhart for us. Carla? Deep freeze temperatures descend on Michiana. Everyone struggling to stay warm with record-breaking cold weather, putting lives at risk. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're staying safe and warm indoors. I'm Brian Coneybear.
And Brianne Pomerini. The temperature hit 20 below zero this morning, and the wind chill reached -47.
That is incredible. Take a look at this picture from a viewer named Lisa in Coloma, Michigan. The Edgewater Bank time and temperature sign there reading 21 below at 2:41 this afternoon. This is on North Pawpaw Street in Coloma. Wow. That's why we have more ABC 57 News live team coverage of the deep freeze for you tonight with reporters monitoring things like power outages and water main breaks in Elkhart and South Bend.
Meteorologist Tyler Seabury with a look at the records being shattered by the Arctic air. But first, ABC 57 First Warning Meteorologist Chief Tom Coombs is breaking down those life-threatening temperatures and let us know how long they're going to last, Tom. We continue to follow our ABC 57 News breaking news coverage of the massive investigation in St. Joe County. Several agencies have become involved in a weapons investigation where they think the suspect may be linked to a decomposed body found in a cemetery. Our reporters are digging into every angle. They'll have more for you coming up at 6.
ABC 57 News at 6 starts right now. ABC 57 News breaking news coverage continues here at 6 with new details in a weeks-long federal weapons investigation that led officers to detain 2 people in St. Joe County this morning.
Officials confirm 57-year-old Lonnie Painter was taken into custody. At this hour, we're learning much more about him, what he's accused of, and his long criminal history. ABC 57's Clifton French is digging into that part of the story tonight, but we're also live on the scene in 2 locations where SWAT teams moved in this morning, one at a South Bend business run by Painter, the other at his home in Osceola. We'll start with Carla Rodriguez in Osceola near the suspect's house off Beach and Ireland Roads. Carla. Coming up next, 2 crazy stories, both caught on camera. We'll give you a closer look at a wild police chase and a massive house fire in just about 2 minutes. Some Good Samaritans risk their own lives to rescue kids trapped during a house fire.
Plus, an electrical worker's dangerously close call with down power lines, all caught on camera.
Check your fridge. You might have food contaminated with listeria. We'll tell you what you need to look out for next.